Have you ever wondered why some people seem to have their audience hanging on every word, while others just don't seem to be able to hold an audience at all? I was at a big Tony Robbins event a few years ago, right down the front, and I was watching with interest how he effortlessly commanded the attention of the entire room. That was about 9,000 people. Well, then he went off for a break and another speaker came onto the stage to start teaching. Well, people started talking, walking out, and paying no attention at all. In fact, the more irate and upset the speaker got, the less he commanded attention. You see, he was talking at them and chastising them for not listening as though they were naughty school kids in a classroom. Now, Tony would never do that. He doesn't have to. Why? Because he knows the 3 principles to commanding attention effortlessly. You want to know what the 3 principles are? Stay tuned. Q&A Tuesday, all your voice questions answered. Hi, I'm 𝒂𝒗𝒆, holistic voice and presentation coach and founder of the Voice of Confidence public speaker training program. As a public speaking coach, I work with professionals all the time that need to know how to own their stage, whether that stage be a podcast, a video, or a corporate presentation. I've learned over the years what works and what doesn't. So let's dive into 3 most important principles of commanding attention for any of those platforms. Number 1, the charisma principle. You walk into that room as though you own it. When any great speaker walks into a room, they make the audience feel like they're an important part of it. When a great leader walks into a room, they make eye contact with you. They take the whole room in and make you feel as though you count. Tony is the master at making people feel welcome, accepted, and valued just by the way he connects with people, with each member of the audience. Here's a great example of how you can do this too in a networking event or a gathering. There are 2 ways to walk into a room. The first one is to walk through with your ego bursting at the seams, as though you're thinking, I'm here, look at me, look at me. When you do that, you're actually acting out of ego and desperation, and your intention is completely off base. No one likes a show off. They seem completely desperate for attention and validation, so don't be that person. It doesn't serve anyone. And in fact, it's just downright annoying. Here's the second way, the way that I recommend. You walk into the room, survey the room, and make a beeline for somebody that looks familiar. And then you say, ah, there you are. It's so good to see you. How have you been? In other words, now you're doing what Tony does. You're making someone in the room feel as though they matter, that their presence in the room is really important to you. Look, this is the bottom line. People will not always remember what you say, but they will remember how you made them feel. So start off on the right foot by making people feel noticed and valued for being there. Remember, even if you are the speaker, it's not about you. Number 2, the belief principle. As a speaker, coach, or trainer, we all have experience in our field of expertise, but some people don't sound like that experience when they're speaking. They sound quiet and shy, or they speak with a stammer or a ramble or a mumble. In other words, they sound completely underconfident even when they might have 20 years of experience in their field. The one thing that Tony always had, even before he was a coach and a speaker, was belief in himself and how he could help other people. Even as a young teenager, he had an unwavering belief system that he could learn the principles needed to help people change their lives. And that belief system kept him going even through the rough times. And it also helps him stay connected to his audience. How? Because he knows in every cell of his body that he has important life skills that everyone needs to learn. He believes in himself and in the message he shares with his audience. You can do the same. When you start to fully believe in yourself and your ability to do your job, you'll show up in meetings in a different way. You'll start to speak up. You won't need to hold your tongue anymore. People will listen because you'll be speaking with confidence and conviction, and that makes people pay attention. Number 3, the impromptu principle. I've worked very closely with many of Tony Robbins speakers and trainers over the years, and I can tell you unequivocally that he has this principle nailed. What is it? It's the art of speaking extemporaneously. Another way of saying it is this: speaking off the cuff or without preparation or notes. I know Tony has a schedule of what he wants to cover in each section of his event, but I also know for a fact that he doesn't stick to it. The reason? Because he knows what the audience needs and wants. He watches and pays attention. He listens and he shifts gears. He can go off book, as we say in acting, and speak for any length of time on a subject without one glance at a slide or a notepad. You know, I've done the same thing with my workshops and presentations on stage. I spend hours and hours preparing content for, say, a 4-hour masterclass or workshop, but then during the presentation, I end up just going with the flow because I can see and feel what the room needs in that moment. Because I have the experience and the expertise that I need to help people. I believe in my ability to do that. So therefore, I can speak for any length of time on my topic without worrying about what will come out of my mouth. What we're talking about here is the art of speaking extemporaneously. It's such an important skill to learn because you can't always preempt what's going to happen in any meeting or a presentation. You actually have to be confident enough to speak off the cuff and go with the flow anytime you need to. So go and master that, and you'll be holding the attention of that audience really soon. I hope you gained great value out of the content today. Remember to post your comments below and any questions you have, and let me know what you're struggling with so I can shoot a video just for you. See you next time.